Hey guys, welcome back if you are returning. If you're new, this is Music Messages Tarot. I just wanted to do like a ramble today and show you some of the crystals that I have in my collection. I know if you've seen some of my other videos, you've definitely seen the labradorite crystal that I use during a lot of my tarot readings and intuitive activities. Before we get started though, I just want to point out I'm not using the same microphone that I normally use, so I'm just kind of relying on the audio on my iPad, so I hope that that is adequate for what we're doing today. But I did want to highlight some of the crystals that I really enjoy using for different reasons and talk about what they can be used for metaphysically. This is not my full crystal collection. I only pulled my top like 8 crystals that I use for different purposes, just to start for this round. But if this is the type of video that you would like to see more of, I could definitely show the rest of my collection and talk about some of the other crystals as well in a later video. I just want to start by saying I hope everybody had a really good weekend. Mine just kind of felt like it flew by this week. I am not a winter person, and I am so looking forward to spring coming up. So that's kind of where I'm at today. Just it's nice and sunny here, but we're supposed to get a snowstorm tonight, so I'm not really looking forward to that. But that's where I'm at. I'm hoping to get a few videos up this week, starting with this one, obviously, but then also hoping to get a few readings done as well. All right, so I have my crystals kind of lined up. Oh, and also please don't mind the fact that I still need to do my nails. I just really haven't had time. Things keep popping up, so I'm hoping to get those done throughout the week at some point as well, but you may be, seeing this red color for the next few days, depending on how much I'm able to get done. I also really like to wear fingerless gloves. I used to be a writer. I won't get too far into that, but I do, when I write, I like to use fingerless gloves, especially in the winter months because my hands get cold, but I like the freedom of being able to do more things with these types of gloves. But anyway, what I'm going to do is as I talk about each crystal, I'm going to put it in the middle so you can get a clear view of what that crystal looks like. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about, the ways in which that crystal could be used to help you in your own spiritual journey or with spiritual practices or just in different ways. I do want to also put a disclaimer out there though. If you are experiencing any kind of physical symptoms or even mental or emotional symptoms, this video is not intended to prevent, cure, treat any of that. I would always recommend consulting a professional, whether that be a doctor or if it's a mental symptom that you're having, consulting a psychologist or a mental health professional. This is for entertainment purposes only, and it is meant to, the way that I use crystals is I just use them to kind of supplement other practices in my life or other like strategies that I might use for whatever it is that I'm going through, but I use them as a supplemental or secondary way of addressing some of those things. So again, like just if you're having any issues that are serious physical or mental issues, please always consult the appropriate professional first. And then, something like this is for entertainment purposes or can be used as something additional that you do to help yourself in your daily life. Okay, just wanted to say that first. I'm going to start off with the crystal that if you watch my other videos, you've already seen. This is my labradorite crystal, and it's actually my favorite one in my entire collection. I just really feel a very personal connection to this one and draw towards it. I'm going to be reading a little bit about what each crystal can be used for in terms of metaphysical properties or their energy, their energetic properties. I've just always, side note about me, I've always been drawn to rocks and crystals, like basically my whole life, way before I knew that they even had like energetic or metaphysical properties. My family used to have a vacation house or a weekend house in a very woodsy area when I was younger, and when I would go outside to kind of play, I would always find like different unique looking rocks and crystals and bring them bring them in. I had a very massive rock collection at one point. Don't mind my cat, she's making noise in the background. But it's just something like I've always been drawn to. So it's not something I looked up and decided, oh, you know, this sounds cool, so it's something I want to get into. I've always naturally been drawn to rocks and crystals, and without even realizing that they have metaphysical properties. But that was a long side note. This is labradorite, and labradorite can help someone regain energy. It can help the body and the spirit in healing itself, which I think is really cool. Again, entertainment purposes only. Make sure that you are consulting a professional if you are in need of healing. But this can help. I mean, I like, you know, if I'm sick or something, I like keeping certain crystals by my bed or in my bedroom as like an additional measure. Obviously, I would go to the doctor first, but this is something that can maybe help or speed along the healing once you've gotten the appropriate help, professional help, or you've gone down the appropriate pathway to get yourself help first. It's considered one of the most powerful protector stones, and the gemstone creates a shield for auras and protects against negativity. I always feel drawn to stones that do aid in protecting against negative energies. As far as physical symptoms that it can help with, it can help relieve arthritis, boost your metabolism and your immune system. So I've been talking a little bit on each video about the fact that I've been dealing with some health issues ever since I got COVID over the past couple years, and my immune system is definitely something that took a hit. So, I mean, that could be one of the reasons that I'm even feeling drawn to this stone the past couple years. This has been the one that I've always kind of gone to first. It does help with that. It can ease chest infections and cold and flu symptoms, and it's said to help regulate hormones. So those are some things that it can assist with once you get the appropriate medical attention, of course, if you are in need of that. This is probably the reason why it's one of my favorites. It actually stimulates intuition and psychic gifts. So that's why I always like to have this one present when I am giving a tarot reading, or even when I'm channeling. I really like, having this one in my environment, because I've found that some of the most powerful channeled messages I've received, this has really assisted me with receiving those messages. It could just be because I kind of resonate really well with this stone, like maybe my personal connection to it. It just does something with my own energy field. But, labradorite is really good for those types of activities. So if you're looking to start learning how to read tarot or do anything where you're tapping into your own psychic gifts, this is a great stone to use for that. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. I don't want to take too long on each crystal, but I do want to give you an overview in case you're looking to grow your crystal collection or just like wondering what each one could be used for. The next one I'm going to show is my citrine geode. It's a nice big chunk. Citrine can range in color from like a lighter yellow to a darker brownish color, brownish orange like this. It promotes motivation. It activates creativity. It's associated with the solar plexus chakra as well. So it encourages self-expression. It's also been known to enhance concentration and revitalize your mind. And it's been known to release negative traits such as depression, fears, or phobias. I believe citrine is associated with the fire element, if I'm not mistaken. So, if you're having writer's block or something like that, this is a good stone to, I'm sorry, they're shedding a little bit. It's a good crystal to keep in your environment when you need a creative boost, which is primarily how I use citrine. Days where I'm feeling blocked or just unmotivated. This is a great one. Okay. Next we have black tourmaline. This is my black tourmaline. Tourmaline comes in a variety of colors, but black tourmaline is really great as a protection stone. Protection, grounding, it's just immensely useful in absorbing negative energy. One of the ways that I use this one is in our house. So what I do is I keep this in the foyer cabinet. So as people are entering my home, their negative energy that they may be carrying that they don't even realize is attached to them gets absorbed by my black tourmaline before they even enter my house. So it's always a good idea to like clear your space once you've had visitors. It's not to imply that people are maliciously bringing negative or bad energies into your house, but sometimes people don't realize what type of energy they're carrying around with them, and it's just always a good idea to clear your space once you've had people over, whether you use sage, Palo Santo, or another cleansing mechanism. Like I said, I've been using sound. The sound bowl that the singing bowl that I purchased recently, I've been using that, and I actually use another stone, another crystal that I'm going to talk about in a minute, to help cleanse spaces and energy fields. But I just like this as another way, another like thing that you can do to make sure that people's energy is getting absorbed as soon as they walk into your house. Okay, so like black tourmaline and I know black obsidian are really great and effective protective crystals. So I don't even keep them out in the open where people can see them. I keep this one in a cabinet, like I said, that people have to walk past when they come into my house. And it's just there as like an extra guard against any negative energies that people might be carrying. So it absorbs that. But you do have to make sure that you're cleansing this type of a stone often, because they do absorb like so much energy from the environment. But that's primarily how I use this one. Again, this one's called black tourmaline. So if you're looking for a protective stone or gemstone, this one is I would recommend this one probably above all other ones for protection. Okay. All right. Many of you might be familiar with this stone. It's pretty popular. It's called amethyst, and it has a really beautiful purple color to it. I have a little chunk here. I actually want to try to find a bigger geode when I get a chance. I used to have a really big one. I used to have an immense rock collection when I was younger, like I was saying before, but when I moved, I ended up giving all of them to one of my friends. So I've had to build my crystal collection up again as an adult, which is something I've always kind of regretted. But amethyst is known to be like a natural stress reliever or tranquilizer. If you're having irritability or emotional ups and downs, it's known to kind of calm you and ease your mind. It's associated with the crown chakra, and it alleviates sadness and grief and just dissolves negativity. So because it's associated also with the crown chakra, it activates spiritual awareness, opens your intuition, and enhances psychic abilities. So if you're not drawn to the labradorite stone, amethyst is another great option for when you are reading tarot, or when you're meditating, or when you're trying to channel and kind of tune into your own gifts as well. I've also heard of amethyst being called the sobriety stone. So for people who have rid themselves of addiction, sometimes you'll see them wearing an amethyst as a symbol of that, which I think is really cool and positive. Okay, amethyst is gorgeous too. Purple's my favorite color. So it's like, of course I'm drawn to amethyst because of the color, but I also think it's just used for such positive, in such a positive way, that I would always recommend this, that, you know, if you start a crystal collection, that you should always have a piece of amethyst. All right, so this was one that I discovered a few years back. I had never really heard of this one before. I was in a metaphysical shop just looking at new crystals, and this one I found out is associated with my astrological sign, which is Libra. So this is called lepidolite. I had never heard of it before, like the past few years. But as you can see, it's like a really pretty pink purple-ish kind of color. And it is commonly referred to as the stone of transition. So spiritual healers and crystal gurus believe that it assists in the releasing of stagnant negative energies. It also activates the third eye chakra and the heart chakra as well. Third eye chakra being associated with intelligence, clarity, concentration, and perception, while the heart chakra obviously connects to loving feelings, whether that be self-love or love for people around you. There's many different ways that you can use this type of a stone. You can wear it as jewelry, or you can meditate with it for the different properties that I just mentioned. If you're having a lot of mood swings and irritability, it's similar to amethyst in that way, that it's known to calm those things down. Again, if you are experiencing any of that, I highly recommend, talking to a professional first, but it wouldn't hurt to maybe meditate with the lepidolite to try to ground yourself and stabilize your mood as well. It's also known to have large amounts of, I believe, lithium in it. And lithium is commonly associated with mood stabilization. So that's one of the reasons that that is such a great use for this stone. Okay. So that takes me to my selenite wand, which is probably one of my crystals that I use the most often. Selenite is a healing crystal, and it is known to neutralize negative energy and clear negative energy from your space or from specific objects. I use this very similarly to the way a lot of people use sage. Like I've mentioned, I can't really burn anything like sage or Palo Santo because of my asthma. So I use this to cleanse energy fields, and by literally just kind of sweeping it through the energy space, or having it touch a specific item that I want to cleanse. Some people don't think you have to cleanse selenite, but I cleanse mine. I've been cleansing it with the singing bowl to make sure that, the energy is nice and pure in the wand itself. And then I use it to cleanse anything else that I might be working with, including my other crystals. So that's the primary way that I use this. It can also help you connect to higher realms, promote peace and calm, provide clarity. It can clear blocked energy. It can elevate your spirit, help you access your intuition, and it vibrates at a very high frequency. So, that in and of itself helps to, raise the frequency of your environment so that you're magnetizing other high frequency energies into your environment, and not, kind of indulging in low vibrational frequencies. I do use this one a lot because of its cleansing properties. Okay, 2 more for today. I'm actually going to save that one for last, the one I was going to talk about next. So I'm going to move to my rose quartz. I don't think you could see the pink. Maybe you can see the pink color that well on the camera, but it's like a light pale pink quartz. This one happens to be shaped in a heart. Rose quartz is associated with the heart chakra, and it's really great for self-love, confidence, your own just self-appreciation, or it sometimes is associated with friendship love and romantic love as well. So if you're doing a love reading for tarot, like sometimes if I'm doing a love reading, I will have this out on the table as well to try to, channel those energies into whatever the reading is. I also just like carrying this one around when I'm feeling down about myself, because it does, like I said, help open the heart chakra and help promote self-confidence and self-love as well. Okay. And then the last one, this is like one of my absolute favorite crystals in my entire collection. It's called celestite. And I don't know if you can see, it is a geode, the one that I have. It's shaped like a heart, but I don't know if you could see, it's like a very pale blue. There's pale bluish gray crystals that are in the geode. It's associated with the third eye chakra. So again, like psychic, intuition, mindfulness as well. It helps with visualization, imagination, good memory, good dream recall. So that's one way that I actually do love to use this one. I keep it in my nightstand sometimes overnight to help with having psychic dreams and also remembering them, because sometimes when I have I'll remember that I had vivid dreams sometimes, but I can't always remember what was in the dream, so this helps with that. It encourages us to learn to become at peace with what we don't have control over as well. So another very peaceful, serene kind of stone. And it's just really, it helps with meditation too. I like to meditate with this one. This one is supposedly associated with Libra as well. So I'm not sure if maybe I'm just kind of gravitating towards some of these because Libra is my sun sign. But I also just think this one's really beautiful and soothing to look at, which sometimes like the aesthetics of something or the way something looks and makes me feel when I look at it can help me regulate my own energy. And in turn, it can help me with things like meditation or whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish that day. So that's really it as far as the crystals that I wanted to highlight today. I have a lot more, but I didn't want to, we're already at 21 minutes on the timer. So I didn't want to make the video too long today. But if you have any questions about any of these, you can leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate if you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. You can let me know if this is the type of video you'd like to see more of. I know this wasn't really a tarot reading or a channeling reading. I pretty much wanted to make it a straight ramble video about the gemstones in my collection, in case any of you were, looking to start your own crystal collection and wondering which crystals would be good for different spiritual activities or exercises. Okay, 2222 on the clock right now. Angel numbers, you might be seeing that number a lot. Other than that, though, I am going to sign off for now. I'm hoping to also get a tarot reading up very shortly, so I'll be working on that as well. Other than that, I hope you all have a great start to your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.